check it out. I think it's a great installment to.
The technology, it doesn't actually change anything that much, other than the fact that, every so often you gotta take off your face camera because you have to get close with somebody, or you can't get close with somebody because you have to keep the face camera on. So there's that sort of like logistical stuff that you gotta figure out. But other than that, it's when are you gonna go to the bathroom? That's very practical issues.
Yeah. And I was curious if you heard or knew maybe ahead of time that they were planning to release the raw version of it.
I didn't,
okay.
And I'm really, really excited. I mean, obviously I've heard that in the last couple of days, but I'm really excited to hear that because I don't know. I mean, I want to see that cut of the movie because I just want to see my friends acting. But I think it'll be informative for people. I think they'll understand how we do it and how much goes into the performances that you see the apes giving.
After the first three, I'm Team Ape all the way. Caesar, baby. King Caesar. I died for him. I lived for him. Hail Caesar.
Love it. Okay, favorite movie or snack?
I've always thought I'd rather have a small role in a great film than the lead role in a film that's not going to work. I'm a script guy. If the script works, I'm in. And I got no problem with doing small roles. And this was a great example. We shot in Australia, and I was doing another film, so I got to spend some time in that part of the country, and it was magnificent. I had the best time.
I mean, it was honestly very difficult for me because I was the only human. I had to do all my scenes without them as well as with them. And so having to remember your eye lines, having to remember, having to remember all the technical elements basically, and then let it all go and concentrate on what you're feeling. That was a crazy task and really was like going back to my childhood, really having to imagine.
I thought it was going to be, I was going to be imprisoned by the technology, but the idea that I could just escape into my imagination and become a completely different creature. We studied the anatomical differences between humans and bonobo for me personally, and the ribs and the hips are very close together, so there's no torsion, and you just learn how to move like an ape. And then all of a sudden the voice was born, and then I had this character that I could switch the channel, go in and live this experience and actually feel like I was that character, then come back to the human world, and it was way more fun to be an ape.
He told us about this, and he told us about his audition for it, and upon meeting him, it just all made sense. And I know Owen Teague too. We have a movie coming out at New York Film Festival at Tribeca, and I'm amazed by the CGI. I really see Owen and I really see Kevin, so I'm just wishing I was in this movie too.
Maybe the next one.
I know, right? Yeah.
Alain Gauthier brought us through. First, he was an artistic director of Cirque du Soleil for many years. He left Cirque du Soleil as an artistic director to come and work with us. He's also a scientist. So we had Ape School in the basement of one of the sound stages on the Disney lot in Sydney, and we went downstairs, and there were pictures of ape skeletons, human skeletons, and we dissected the differences between and understanding the anatomy of an ape. And so we learned how to move and walk around as an ape.
That's the one thing about premieres here, it's the sun stuff.
I think people do not understand the level of craft and artistry that is involved in making these movies. That's the VFX, but that's also all the production work that we do, all the things we build, all those different things. And I think people are going to love it. Certain geeks will love it. I will love it. I'm sure there are others out there too. But yeah, you're going to be able to watch the raw dailies, basically, of the movie in the movie form. There'll be another little window there that shows the final picture too. So it'll be very interesting to watch, to see how the actors, how they looked and how close it really is. I mean, you could look at the two images and be like, oh my God.